Hello, wonderful beings. Thanks for being here. I'm so grateful to you, and I'm happy to be here with you today. Today's practice is about joy. So I hope you enjoy. And as humans, it's a pretty universal phenomenon to have a negativity bias. So we can be like Velcro for the negative things. They tend to stick to us a little more, and like Teflon for the positive, which tends to slide off a little more easily. So we're going to play with switching that up a little bit and soaking in the good, enjoying the journey, opening to acknowledging and connecting with what is good, our good qualities, our strengths, our virtues. So I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you on the mat. Okay, wonderful ones, let's enjoy this short, sweet practice together. So we'll come on to all fours, hands and knees to begin with. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. You've got this lovely stable base, and just take a moment here. You might even just close the eyes and sense the hands, the shins, the tops of the feet connecting into earth. Taking a moment here just to acknowledge the support beneath you, that unconditional support of Mother Earth and all that she offers us. The magnetism of Earth. And then when you're ready, let us start to move into cat and cow. Lift the sit bones, drape the belly, draw the heart forward and the gaze forward, and then travel the other way. Roll the pelvis back, ripple through the spine, release the head and the neck down, and rinsing and repeating with that. And as we start these first few movements in our practice, acknowledging the body. There is the body, and the body is moving. And as you move through cat-cow, my invitation is to keep the eyes open for a moment and just see as you shift the gaze back between the legs and forward into the space in front of you, taking in through the eyes what there is to take in. Maybe there's something beautiful in your space, a window or a vase of flowers. Maybe you're soaking in the color and the texture of your mat. Checking what's behind you between the legs. And when you're ready, let's take this movement a little bit off-piste, enjoying a little bit of freedom. So you might start to rock the body side to side. So you're getting a little more into the lateral movement. Or to roll the spine in circles. Adding in, of course, the movement of the head and the neck. And if the eyes are open, then you might still be just allowing the gaze to travel with you, with the movement through your space, taking in anything that's beautiful or precious or beloved to you, and enjoying that too. And if the eyes are closed, then maybe you're really traveling to your inner landscape and taking in what feels spacious, what feels open and bright or free or light. So we'll spend just a couple more moments here. And there is no right or wrong way to move, so you can celebrate that and just find your own free spinal movement here on all fours. And whenever that feels like it's been enough for you, then curl the toes under, press the hands into the mat, pour the weight into the legs as you lift the hips up and back into down dog. And find your own movement here too. Maybe it's pulsing through the legs, bicycling through the legs. For me, I get a lot of joy from shaking my tail. And if you like to shake your tail, you might imagine what kind of tail you have. Maybe it's long and like a monkey's. Maybe it's sturdy like a crocodile tail, swishing your tail into the space behind you, and that might make you giggle or smile. And on your next in-breath, let's rock forward, plank pose, and we lower the knees to the mat and lower all the way down onto the mat. Bring the elbows wide, hands in front of you, and on your next in-breath, lift the chest, lift the legs, lift the arms, bend the elbows, pull the elbows back until they're just below the shoulders, and shoulder blades gently squeezing in toward one another. And then we'll exhale and release and lower, stack the hands, rest the forehead. Let's do 3 more like that. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to lower. 2 more. And last one. And this time, after we've lowered, let's draw the hands alongside the chest, tuck the toes, press up onto all fours, and shift the hips back towards the heels. Sit back on the heels with the toes tucked. If that's really intense for you today, stand up on the shins. Let's bring the backs of the hands together, fingertips facing down. Keeping the backs of the hands together, let's circle the wrists, fingertips in towards you, and then up towards the ceiling. And now the outer hands will touch. Wrap the fingertips forward, palms forward, inner wrist touch, inner thumbs or base of thumbs touch. Fingertips point back down. We're back where we began. So just a few rounds like that. And if that's unenjoyable or confusing, then separate the wrists and circle the wrists like this, simply. Neither is better than the other. And we're really looking to find joy in our movement today. So let it bring you joy. And if it doesn't, skip it. Leave it out. Rest. Do something else. Join back in when you're ready. Let's bring the movement into the elbows. Circling the elbows in the lower arm, and then we'll bring it into the whole arm. Circling the shoulders. One more big circle. We won't be here too long. The sensations can get pretty intense in the feet here, can't they? And then we'll exhale, hands down, lift the knees, lift the hips and fold forward. Let's hold opposite elbows and drape forward. Feet can be hip-width distance apart here. And you might just gently sway side to side. Upper body moving through space. Maybe you nod or shake the head. And we'll let the hands fall to the mat. Keep the feet where they are, and we'll walk the hands down, 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 down the mat, back to downward facing dog. And from downward dog, here we go. Let's play a little. So raise the right leg up, 3-legged dog, and as you exhale, step the right foot forward between the hands and lower the back knee on the mat. Let's keep the hands on the mat for now and start to shift the hips back, straighten through the right leg and flex the right toes towards the face. You might pause and breathe here, or you might keep going with me. Steady, dynamic, continuous movement. Rock back forward and back. Continuing at your own pace. It's so enjoyable, I feel, to be given permission to take things at your own pace in your practice. And you might keep the hands on the mat, or you might now lift the arms up into space. And as you travel back into your half Hanumanasana, sweep the arms back, rocking forward and back. It might bring you joy to imagine the arms sweeping through water. You might enjoy a little more play, circling the arms up and around and back as you move through the legs and the hips. And there's no prescribed or right or wrong way to do this. Celebrating your movement, your unique movement, your unique body. And the next time you're forward, let's pause a moment and reach the arms up. Take an inhale, front knees bent, arms reaching. And then exhale, hands to the mat. Curl the back toes under, lift the back knee, and let's take a simple twist. Turn to the right, reach the right arm wide and up towards the sky. Heart rotating, spiraling to the right, back leg strong. One more inhalation. And exhale, right hand down and sweep the right leg up and back behind you. And celebrate a little today. Allow yourself to enjoy rolling the right hip up over the left hip. You might reach the right leg long and circle through the foot, or bend the knee and circle the knee. Or you might let the movement come a little bigger and draw forward to plank, right knee, left wrist, across to right. And come forward to plank, right knee, left elbow to right elbow, and then up and back, drawing big circles with the knee. Wherever you are, 2 more breaths. And then the next time you take an in-breath, maybe you reach that right leg long if it's not already, and exhale, we'll step our right foot outside our right hand. Turn your right toes off the mat like they're being a little rebellious, because mats are pretty arbitrary things anyway, aren't they? We'll lower our back knee to the mat. Our left hand, we're going to step that wide today, so step the left hand off the mat too. So the left hand's being playful and traveling off the mat. And then let's turn towards our front knee. Maybe right hand rests on the top of the right thigh. Lizard lunge. And you might find a little pleasure in staying here, closing the eyes and traveling back into that inner landscape, finding areas in the body-mind instrument that feel light or warm or open or bubbling or fizzing, all those joyful things. Or maybe you circle the arm into the atmosphere above you. Or maybe you pick up the back foot and take a hold of the foot with the hand. Just 1 or 2 more breaths here. Whatever it is that you're choosing to enjoy. Freedom of choice. And then we'll exhale and release. Both hands onto the mat, curl the back toes, step back to down dog. And then choose joy here. Maybe it's a little wag of your tail again, or a swivel of the feet side to side, or something else. And then we'll inhale, glide through space into your plank pose. Exhale to lower slowly onto the belly. And this time let's reach the arms back alongside the body. Palms can face down or interlace the hands behind you. Locust pose. It brings me joy to know that there's locust pose here in the practice to awaken and strengthen the muscles through the back chain of the body so that we can have healthy spines, healthy bodies, healthy upright, sense of uprightness. And next exhale, let's release. Hands alongside the chest, press back to all fours, tuck the toes. One more time, hips back on the heels, or stand on the shins with the toes tucked. Backs of hands together, fingertips down, and let's see if we can go the other way first. So now fingertips travel out, inner hand touches, base of thumbs, heels of hands, outer hand, fingertips forward into the chest and down. This can be, sometimes practicing yoga can be confusing. And sometimes you have no idea what the yoga facilitator wants you to do. And that can kind of make you get into your head a little more and takes you out of the body. And I feel like there's not always a lot of joy if we're in the head a lot. It can get tight and rigid. So whenever you have no idea what I'm talking about, my invitation is for you to not care and enjoy what feels good for you. Let's circle the elbows. And we'll circle the arms. I'm going to experiment with traveling with the arms in the other direction to last time. Ooh. Couple more breaths. Come out early if you need. Let it bring you joy. Let it be your medicine. Hands to mat. Lift the knees, lift the hips, fold over the legs. Hold opposite elbows if you did that last time. And you might play with the other forearm in front, little sway. And if you're not holding opposite elbows, maybe you trace the fingers along the surface of the mat and your floor or your carpet. And we'll let the hands go from the elbows or let the hands come back to center and gently pad the hands forward like you're a beautiful cat silently stalking through the grass into down dog. Let's go second side. Left leg lifts up and left foot steps through between the hands. Back knee to mat and starting with the hands on the mat for support. Rocking back to Ardha Hanumanasana and forward to Anjaneyasana with the hands down. Maybe you're taking a moment now because we know what we're doing a little more. Staying with the hands on the mat or lifting the arms up overhead to open to some of your good qualities in you. Strengths, virtues, or something wonderful that you did recently, something you've achieved or something you did for somebody else. It might be something really small. Maybe it's just making someone smile. Circling the arms if you did that last time and that brought you joy. One more, whatever you're doing, one more. And the next time you find yourself with the front knee bent and the arms reaching, let's stay here. If the hands were on the mat, lift the torso and lift the arms for a moment. And then we'll exhale. Both hands either side of front foot, lift the back knee. And we'll turn to the left. Turn towards your front leg and reach that top arm, your left arm up. Another inhale. And then exhale, left hand comes back to earth. Anchor the hands, reach your left leg up and back. Play with the foot in the space, or bend the knee and circle the knee, tasting the space with little circles of the knee. Or maybe it's big circles of the knee again, left knee to right elbow, across to left elbow, press into the hands and lift up and back again. Two more breaths. And the next time the leg's lifting up and back, you might reach it long and take a long, full in-breath. And exhale, left foot will step outside the left hand. And if you need to, you can always bring the knees to the mat first to step the foot forward. Left toes turned out a little, left toes traveling out off the mat, right hand steps outside the mat too, and then we can spiral the heart to the left, left hand to top of left thigh. You might soften the gaze, close the eyes, and travel back into the body. Awareness rivering through the body and finding what's good there. Acknowledging if there is something that's not good, maybe you're dealing with an injury or something, acknowledging that, right? We do live in the real world. We do not need to spiritually bypass and pretend like everything's good. But today, acknowledging also what is good, turning the attention to where in the body feels spacious, free, light, open, bright. And if you circled the arm last time, you might do that this time. So you're really feeling space with the fingertips. And if you love to reach back towards that back foot, take a hold of the foot, press the foot into the hand, and settle the back of the heart and the back of the head a little more back into the space behind you. And on your next exhale, we can release both hands to mat and step back to down dog. Last little moment for play here. So if you want to take vinyasa, rocking forward to plank, chaturanga dandasana, up dog, or cobra pose, you can. If you want to shake your tail one more time, you can do that, or find any other play. I like shaking my tail. I might walk down the street today with my imaginary tail. Don't worry, I'm not crazy. Let's lower the knees to the mat. And we'll meet in a child's pose of your choice. Arms reaching forward, arms alongside the body, knees wide and big toes touching if that's your preference. Just take a moment to settle here. One more breath, enjoying the stillness and the quiet. We'll gently draw ourselves up and let's sit the hips to one side. Make our way onto our backs, knees bent, soles of feet onto the mat. Open the arms wide. Lift the hips and move the hips a little over towards the left side of the mat. Put them down again. Pick up the feet and the shins, and then the knees fall over to the right. So just an easy, simple twist here. If you love to cross one leg on top of the other, feel free to enjoy that. And as you settle into the twist, let's travel back through time together. And looking for a memory, traveling back through our memories. It might be something recent or something long ago, a simple, joyful memory. And just holding that in your mind's eye. A simple, joyful moment, a moment of warmth, a moment of lightness, of brightness, of bubbling, of fizzing. A beautiful moment. And then taking a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let that memory fade away. We'll draw the legs up to center, bring the feet down onto the mat, lift the hips, move them towards the right side, put them down, and lift the legs and travel over into the twist on the other side. Traveling through our memories to find one more memory. One more joyful moment. It can be really simple and really small. They do say that it is the simple things that bring us joy and the small things that are beautiful. Holding that moment in your heart, mind, cradling it in your mind's eye. As you settle the attention on this joyful memory, the whole body's responding to that beautiful body-mind connection. You're bathing every cell of your body right now in joy, in that joyful moment. And on your next exhalation, let's draw the legs up to center. Feet down, hips to center. Let go, hug the knees into the chest. Letting go of the memories and any nostalgia perhaps that may be associated with letting go. Drawing the knees to the chest, returning to the simple pleasure of being here now. We'll let the legs go, and you might let the legs stretch out long in front of you or bring the soles of the feet together. Allow the knees to separate. Hands can rest wherever's comfortable. Bathing now in the atmosphere of your practice. Knowing that you've connected to the body and the breath, that you've facilitated circulation, mobility, strength, that you've chosen to take in the good, acknowledging your strength, opening to beautiful things that you see in your space. Returning to sweet, joyful memories. And bathing in the simple pleasure of just this moment. This is enough. And you are enough. Thank you for sharing your practice, beautiful beings. Peace, peace, peace. See you next time.